another episode of the Red or Green
podcast. We're so excited. It's been like 2 weeks.
It's been like forever.
I feel like it's been forever anyways, because we've been so super busy.
I know.
I don't know. What have you been up to? Give us a little glimpse at what Red's been doing.
I've been hanging around with you and I still miss you.
I miss you
But let's talk about something that we did this past weekend, which was pretty exciting. Tattoo Fest.
The Tattoo Fest was so incredible.
It was incredible.
Just shout out.
First time out there for me.
Was it?
First time.
Okay, so I'm going to shout out to Por Vida and Brian Helm because we've done some work with them through the hotspot, and they were gracious enough to give us some comp tickets so that we could go do some filming and then take some videos. And so you guys are going to be able to see some of the stuff that we shot. Coco was with us, and she got her nose piercing changed out.
I've seen that.
No.
It looks beautiful. So
it's
Coco,
beautiful, but not a fan. I'm not going to do
You're
it.
Not?
No, I'm terrified, girl.
I was going to get you to do one.
I'm not going to do it. I would get a tattoo, but not a piercing. Nope, not going to do that.
We'll see. That's what she's saying just now.
Yes, absolutely. So our segments are going to be a little bit different this time because we are so lucky and blessed to have guests.
We are having our first guest.
Yes.
And I'm so excited. Demetrio from Elegance Limousine.
And Miss Candice New. Yes, from Catharsis Media. These are people that do a lot in the community.
Definitely.
There's a lot of events that they're hosting, and we are so excited to have them. I can't even.
I know.
Let's get through some of our other stuff so we can welcome them on. Okay.
Definitely. So let's. What do you have? What do you have on your side over there, Miss
I have a whole
Michelle?
bunch. So I'm going to shout out to myself this week for the Red and Green Report.
Yes.
Grey's Anatomy is finally getting ready to
Finally.
open. I know.
Finally.
In Nob Hill. I'm so excited.
And it's opening up on the perfect time, right?
Right. Summerfest.
Summerfest.
So this Saturday, July 18th, Summerfest, and we'll have our tent out there. I have a DJ playing. We're going to be giving away samples, some twisted lemonades, which are non-alcoholic, before we get some feedback for that. But you can always add alcohol. That's up to you. I just don't want to. We can't do it.
So if you're out there on Central, make sure you come by, stop by, say hello, and we will have something to give as the Red and Green, a little bit just.
Yes, we're going to be giving away tickets to the Lavender Festival because I like to use lavender when I cook and in my foods. I don't know.
The smell is amazing.
It is. And then we're going to have some green chili inspiration things. So yeah, stop by the tent and see us.
Say hello.
Say hello.
Take pictures.
Yeah, we're always down for pictures. We sure do.
We
Tag
do.
us. Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Make new friends. So yeah.
Make new friends. We're going to put that out there. I did want to give a shout out real fast to Crazy Fish that's by there, the Lobo Theater,
The Lobo Theater, definitely.
Buffalo Exchange. So all of my neighbors have been so welcoming and also doing promoting for me.
Cool.
So like it's a community effort, and we can't do it without everybody.
Definitely.
So that's me. I'm going to shout myself out this time for this week's episode of the Red and Green Report. I didn't have anything red to talk about. We didn't, other than the stupid construction and potholes.
Tell me about it.
I can't do it anymore.
No, I'm done with them.
Thank you.
Can we fire them?
I think we should.
We should.
We should write somebody else. I don't know. We talk shit all the time. We should just do it.
We should. But yeah, I don't have anything on the red as well.
No? We didn't go out to eat either this time. I mean,
didn't.
unless you count Taco Bell. I had Taco Bell. I know. I did.
But when you're hungry, Taco Bell does the...
It does.
Yeah,
it serves its
good.
purpose. Let me ask you a question because how is the gym going? I'm so curious. Tell us.
Gym is killing me. I'm walking like
I don't even know how you do it.
But you know what? It's good. I'm feeling great.
Are
I'm
you?
Feeling great. Yes.
Okay, well you keep it up because you know I'm looking to you to see when. So right now I'm in committee. I don't know if any of you know this, but I have a committee for everything. So I've talked about going to the gym.
Yes.
I've now reached out to my people, which are my committee, my husband, my friends.
And they all say yes. She needs to get to the gym.
We're still in committee. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. The jury's still out on whether or not Michelle is going to go to the gym.
I need to talk to them.
I'm not going to do it. I don't know. I want to. I tell you every time we do this.
I know.
That's why I asked how you're doing.
I'm going to have to come and get you, though. I'm going to have to come and pick you up just to make sure you do make it to the gym.
You started at 4 a.m. I usually am going to bed by 4 a.m.
I'll start at 5 just so you could go.
Shit. Okay, there we go. That's what's going to happen.
There's no way out of this.
I know. You're not going to let me out of it.
No,
it is great for our health. I know all the benefits,
Mm-hmm.
and you are looking, and you say you're feeling great, but it is a workout. You have to tell yourself every day.
It is, and it's a committee. You know, you commit to yourself. So definitely, I mean, if you want to feel good, you want to look good, you have to do it.
Well, I do, and I would like to lose a Backstreet Boy. I'm not going to lie, so I'm definitely
We're
going to
losing the
We're
Backstreet
going
Boy.
to lose a Backstreet Boy. So in order to do that, some of
We
us
have to do it.
I have commitment issues. That's all.
Oh.
That's all. I have commitment issues. That's
Let
fine.
me tell you,
You're going to be fine.
we're
It's
gonna
going to
be
be
doing
so
good.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the guests that are going to come on. Just
Yes,
give a little bit
definitely.
of background on how you know Demetrio, and then I'll talk about how I know Candace. And then when they get on, we can just jump right into the questions we have for them, and they can promote the things that they have going on. So we can start with Demetrio because he's going to come on first.
Yes,
I think.
he's going to be coming up and joining us. I met Demetrio about, oh my God, we had been friends on Facebook for over 6 years, I believe.
Wow.
And then we met finally in person, and actually he was going to be a sponsor for Two Queens Chat when I was doing the podcast for Two Queens Chat. Demetrio is a big part of the community here in Albuquerque. His business has grown, and he's just a entrepreneur.
He really is
amazing. Yeah, he's amazing with the community. So I'm very excited to have him here. There's a couple of things he's going to be sharing. I am super excited for this weekend and for him. So yeah,
can we talk a little bit about what he's going to share?
Wine. Let's talk about wine.
So I'm just going to say this.
Wine.
I know. So this is what I'm gonna say about him. He's very smart.
He is
very, very smart,
very smart.
because he wants to get you drunk and then give you a ride home.
Yes.
Like, we love that about him.
We love that. And his smile is what I think hypnotizes us women.
Really?
I think so.
Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna have to see how the fans react to Demetrio and his smile.
And his smile.
All right. So he's gonna be coming on.
Yes.
I'm gonna talk a little bit about Candace.
Definitely.
So I met her when they came to the Lobo. I think it was the Women in Film, I think. And so that's how I met this group of some of the most amazing women I think that I have ever met in my life. They are go-getters, they are mothers, they are friends, they are, confidants. It was infectious. I'm going to be honest with you. Just and then the more you found out about them, the more you're like, holy crap, they're doing so much in the community that I think that if you don't, a lot of people know who they were. So I have gotten to know over the last, like, maybe a little over a year, how much they are. I got to be a part of Candace's birthday party.
Nice.
So she did a murder mystery. It was so much fun. That's where I kind of met a lot of the other women and men, like Rip from Guerrilla Photography, and just people that I got to meet that I just am super mesmerized by. They just do so many things and so many great things. And then, of course, working with some of them for Atomic 66 over the summer, and then just being a part of their kind of little friend group and circles, and getting to see them out, like at the fashion show and different places that I've seen them. That is the one thing I'll say about Albuquerque. We are so connected.
Yes, we
because we're small. People think, oh, it's the city, it's big. No, it's really not. We are all connected in so many levels.
Yes, we are.
And the more people that you meet that are putting good things out there in the community, educating people. I know that they offer a lot of education with Catharsis Media. I've done a little research on it.
You did
and
your
I
research.
did, and they offer a lot of opportunities for local filmmakers, which I want to talk to her about, because our industry is suffering here in Albuquerque and in New Mexico. And so I know that she's super connected into that. And we always talk about, like, all we want to put out is, positive stuff into the community. And I just want to surround myself with people that are doing that. And she is one of those. Not only does she do that in the community, and that now she's doing this frame by frame that she's going to talk about. This stuff. So, oh my gosh, I got to see it firsthand last year. It was so incredible. And they bring some of the most amazing people together to do panels and to educate and to really help grow this industry in our community. And so it's infectious. Why would you not want to be around it? So it's really, truly
the first time I heard her name was at the Locker 505 fashion show.
Okay.
And I didn't get the pleasure to meet her there, but I was like, okay, finally I get to meet her.
She's just fun. I've done some work. I get to work with her son at the Lobo. He does a lot of the sound and light, and they are just so incredible. Like, first of all, what an incredible family, right?
Right.
And they all work together on different levels, and just so smart. Like, I'm telling you, if you don't know her, you need to get to know her.
You will
Seriously,
get to know her.
You will get to know her a little bit later, but and first of all, powerful women.
Very.
Like
her and Michelle. Well, I know her as Michelle Deidre from
Michelle DME,
DME.
And Abby Max.
Abby.
And I've just met so many great women. I mean, we have great men, of course, in our community.
Yeah, we don't hate men.
We don't hate them. We like them. We're fans of you, but we want to showcase strong, gifted women in our community that are doing great things to promote and to grow our community.
Definitely.
So Demetrio, we love you too. Just letting you know.
Yes.
But we are going to highlight Candace a lot today, so I'm very excited for that.
For both of them.
For both of them,
because they have a lot to share on what they're doing with the community, like you said.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to have them.
I do
Our
too.
first guest. Isn't that great?
Is he here yet? I think we're waiting on him. He should be coming on.
We are waiting, so we're gonna get ready. So we're gonna switch up on the set, and then we'll be back.
Neighbors talk, we let it breathe. Come on in, take a seat. Red or green, say it loud.
Hi, welcome back, and we are here and joined with the Candace New from Catharsis Media. So welcome.
Hi guys, I'm super excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh,
Thank you for being here with us. We're excited to have you.
So, I'm just thrilled to be on your show, but I want to know a little bit about. I'm sorry, this is your interview.
Okay.
But yeah, I want to know a little bit about your show. Tell me a little bit about red and green. It's red or green?
Red or green.
Red or green.
I thought that was interesting. Why is it red or green?
So we found when we first talked that people are typically not a Christmas person. We have found that some people who choose Christmas are indecisive.
Oh yeah.
And so
we want people who are decisive.
We want decisive people, and so we want you to be a red or green. For us personally, we of course are Christmas because we're very much on the same page for lots of things. But the red or green, I find that personally people fall on one side or the other. And so when we talked about the Red or Green podcast, we not only wanted it to be representative of New Mexico, but we also wanted to be able to have either or opinion on all things New Mexico.
So do you think I'm red or green or Christmas?
You look like a green.
I feel like you might be a green as well.
What does it mean to look like a green?
I just feel like you're, so I find red to be, like if I was choosing, right, to fall sometimes a little bit more on the negative, maybe like if it's a red report or something like that. And I just feel like you're very positive and you're always looking for the silver lining. Maybe I'm wrong.
That's why we say green.
So we think green.
Or Christmas.
So I'll know now that when you ask people or you tell people that you think they're red, that you have some judgment in there.
I always have judgment.
I love that. Okay. So I would argue that my official answer on the topic is green, yes. But it's actually not necessarily for the reason that you might think. It's actually because I think that red chili is such a delicate flavor that most people don't do a good job. My mother happens to make a very good red chili sauce, and so I'm quite spoiled. And so when I go out other places and I have the red chili, I'm just not impressed.
Gotcha.
But I do like both, but I don't like mixing them. I think that's weird.
Yeah, I also find that to be weird.
Yeah, I'm like, what? They're different flavors.
Decide.
And like usually with different meats. You know what I mean? I'm like, guys, like, whoa. So I love a red chili with either a beef or a pork.
Okay.
And then I love a green chili with chicken or cheese. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
And so, yeah.
What would be the weirdest food that you would mix the chili, like have green chili with?
That I would have green chili with?
Like nowadays, you could even find ice cream with.
No, we talked
I've
about
had
this.
the green chili ice cream at Porque Licks.
Yes.
And it's interesting. I feel like it's weird. I've had a red chili wine and a green chili wine. I've had a green chili vodka.
Yes.
There's a local
Rolling Still.
Yes, but no.
Okay.
They're from Las Cruces. Oh man, I can't remember the name of them, but they have a green chili vodka that's really good. That I was gifted, and but as far as like what I would think like you might put it on that would be weird, I think dessert things with chili is weird, especially a green chili. You could get away with a red chili
You can.
on a dessert.
But
green chili is like savory and,
It is.
dinner and breakfast and lunch. I mean, all the meals, but it's savory.
it is. I did have at Christmas time, I'm not sure who the chef was, but I entered the Super Bowl for Roadrunner Food Bank.
Yes.
And the chef maybe he was from the Isleta Casino, he did a red chili fudge with piñon.
Oh, yes. Oh,
And
my gosh.
I'm telling you, I did not, when he offered me to taste it, because our booths were kind of together, I was like, I might have to have a hard pass because I judged it right away. I was
Right, you're like, oh, no.
And I know mole and stuff like that has chili and chocolate, but I wasn't prepared for this fudge. And when I tell you, I probably ate samples. I called them samples all day because it was one of the most amazing fudges that I had, and it was a red chili piñon fudge.
Okay.
So if you can get it from him, like he's the chef to get it, he was at, and I'm going to look it up just so we have it specifically for the podcast, who he is and what he made. But it was really, really incredible. So,
That's awesome.
But also my grandma made, and my mom, amazing red chili. And so I never get red chili at restaurants.
Right.
It is only ever green chili.
Yeah.
And also I find it super weird when people tell me if I want red chili and it's a different type of restaurant because it's typically a brown sauce, not red
not the
chili
red.
like we're
Right.
used to.
Right.
So I just always, if I have to choose, if it's a restaurant where that's what they're offering, I always go with green for that reason, because I'm like, at least I know if it's green chili, it's gonna resemble something of green chili.
And it's gonna be hard
red.
to
I
mix up.
don't know. I'm not sure. So
Yeah,
That's
like
true.
green chili, you can have it chopped with like nothing in
Yes.
it except for hopefully good God garlic, right?
Yes,
Oh my
right,
God,
and
I
a
hate
little
when-
salt.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
if but even just chopped green chili is fine,
My grandma had that on tortillas all the time.
Oh yeah.
But I'm a super fan of a sauce.
too.
It's like I like a chili sauce, so I don't like just chopped chili. And like it's like
No.
eating vegetables. Then why would I do that?
Yeah, no, right?
Right,
Yeah,
so like,
you're
but
right.
when it's a sauce, now it's suddenly got all the fat in it, all the flavor. It's simmered maybe in some butter and some garlic,
yeah.
little onions sautéed in there and softened.
Oh, wow.
And now we're talking
No,
about
that's sounding good.
something
I'm getting
really good.
hungry.
Yeah.
I am
So
too. It's dinner time. We're
Yeah, it
hungry.
is.
That
I
sounds
know.
so good.
anyway, yeah.
All
so-
right, so there you go. So I learned something new about
Yeah.
you. So I love that. I love to always learn something new. So let's talk a little bit about Catharsis Media.
Yeah.
And then we'll move into the gala and the
Sure.
whole weekend that's
What
coming up
what
next
we've got
weekend.
going on? Yeah.
Yeah. So Catharsis Media, first of all, how did you come up with the name? I'm interested in that. And then I know that you're in the film industry anyways, right? So were you in the film industry first and then you came up with your own media company, or did it happen the other way around?
Sure. So Catharsis Media, I'll answer the name thing first. Catharsis it's a release, right? It's a release of emotions, often associated with art, but could also just be like the outpouring of emotion, and kind of in a way that like releases it, so that to release the stress, to like let go of it in a healing way, right? And so when I was coming up with the name of my company, I very much liken media and art to exactly that. I'm an artist at heart, and this is my medium, right? Is filmmaking. So that's how I came up with the name. And the first film that I ever made was in 2004. Now I made films before that, like with a team, but the first one that I ever wrote, directed, filmed and edited myself was in 2004, and it was the culmination of a very good friend of mine's suicide. And so it was like, dealing with that grief. He died in 2003, and it took me a whole year to really come to terms and be ready to start having the conversation about how drastically it impacted my life, my worldview, and to this day it still impacts me.
I'm sure.
And so that was when I named my company. It was because kind of a reckoning back to that, and the reality that like I kind of go in these kind of like cycles where it's like I will deal with whatever's happening in my life, and I translate that into the words on a script or in I used to write songs. I don't write songs anymore. And then it would turn out, on the page and then to be produced. It was never, I wasn't a novelist necessarily. I attempted that, but needed it to become visual. So, I opened Catharsis Media in 2019.
Okay.
So to answer the other question is, I was a filmmaker first. And I've been but I fell in love with film and media in the early 2000s. And I weirdly was when I was in high school. I was in a high school youth group that had 300 people, and they had a media ministry that was really incredible. They were a really talented, really good cinematography, really good storylines, that kind of stuff. I was always trying to be in the shows. I was always auditioning, and I never got picked. And so I actually started learning how to edit so that I could, get involved that way. And so I kind of cut my teeth in film in the editing room. And so a lot of people don't know that. I have a very strong background in editing. And I do have the patience for it. It's not necessarily what I want to do, but I love the control that I have over a story as an editor. But so that translated into me, eventually wanting to direct little pieces. And so I got to direct through that ministry as well. And I won some awards on a national level. And then weirdly, you guys may not know this about me, but I became a youth minister.
No, I did not know that.
I was a youth minister for 14 years. And in that time, I took over, and I was responsible for at that time. It started off with I was in charge of or helping with the junior high ministry, and so therefore was taking over some of that media. And then when I started working at a different church and had my own group of around 250 kids. We had a very strong, and I brought in the media ministry. And so I was, that's when I was making a lot of films and overseeing them and being a really, really in the producer side. And a lot of those things most people don't know because in that world, you usually don't, you don't put it on IMDb or anything.
Sure.
But I made internal videos for T-Mobile. I made videos for all sorts of organizations. I made videos for the Archdiocese of Santa Fe.
Oh my gosh.
I've done a ton of work in the community in that way.
Yeah.
And when I stepped out of ministry, this was just a hobby that I had, or it was a part of my daily job. So I made videos of a wide variety, a lot of narrative short films and a lot of narrative, even episodic, long form content through that as part of my job for, a decade and a half. And then I started, I was a high school theater teacher at that point.
Wow. I love that.
And then Catharsis Media is actually interesting because you guys recognize me and my work in the film industry, but Catharsis Media is actually an arts organization, not specifically film. And so Catharsis Media is a 501c3 nonprofit arts organization with a specific focus on performing arts, including specifically theater, dance, and film. And I started Catharsis because I felt like I was a high school theater teacher for a while, and I basically brainwashed all these kids that they were going to go be on Broadway, and we won all kinds of awards and had a great time. And then they'd apply to these performing arts school and get $8,000 scholarships or $11,000 scholarships and be super excited. And I knew that school cost $60,000 a year.
Yes.
And that little $8,000 scholarship or $11,000 scholarship plus all of the Pell Grants and all of the financial aid they could pull is going to leave a gap of $30,000 a year. Not total,
no.
A year.
A year.
And I knew that they were about to get their little souls crushed. And at that time, I really thought it was a gap in professional level training. But because of my very strange kind of connections, that I made in the world, and I'm very social, as you know, I had all these interesting friends. And so I would bring in my friends who worked on Broadway and on touring shows anytime they were in town. And I'd be like, oh my God, come work with my students and come work. And so I thought, in Albuquerque, we really didn't have and still don't have. There's not a lot of access to professional development for performing artists here, especially not on a professional level. So there's a lot of emerging and amateur kind of training, but there wasn't the kind of training that would elevate you to the level that you would need to compete against somebody on a national level coming from New York or LA.
Sure.
And so that was really kind of like the fire behind Catharsis, was the idea that I was going to start an organization that did really three things. First of all, I wanted to produce things, so to entertain and educate, or to entertain and inspire the community through production of performing arts work. Number two, to advocate for a living wage for artists, because we're always being asked to work for free or for exposure or for very cheap. And the reality is that, like, I still have to pay my bills. So, like, no, my hourly rate matters. Like, I gotta do something with that.
Yeah.
And I definitely need to make
Our
money.
time matters.
Our time is expensive.
Very expensive.
Yeah, that's
It is.
right.
That is right.
That's right. And finally, to provide access to professional level training and career pathways into the performing arts. And so that has a lot of facets. We've done so many interesting things in Catharsis with that. We've had employees who've come through who have babies, and so they bring their kids to work. And we've literally set up literally a child care center in our facility so that they can bring their kiddo and they can work and they can take care of their baby. We've had PAs who've literally worked on set with a baby on their hip. Of course, they have the capacity to step out when they need to.
That's
some people
amazing.
have interesting ideas about that, but it's such an interesting way to begin to look at how do we problem solve. The other part was access to time. I was a single mother and I wanted to work in this industry and could not, because I can't work 17-hour days or 18-hour days or even 12-hour days with no clear start or end time. And I'll let you know, at least 12 hours before, or maybe 24 hours before. And I don't know what time you're going to get to go home, or whether or not you can go pick up your kid from school or need to have, these things were really inaccessible. So that became part of why we did this.
Okay.
Right? And so these were all things like, when you work on a Catharsis set, I work with other productions. So don't confuse the two. But when you work on a Catharsis production, we are generally at a 10-hour workday. Often a 6-hour workday, depending on what we're doing, 8 hours maybe. But when we're doing a narrative project, we try to hit a 10-hour workday and then send people home, as opposed to a normal film set that starts off with a 12 and you're probably there 15, 16, 17, right? We almost never hit a 12. I'm ready to go home when it's time. You know what I mean? I'm no, I have children, I have a life, I have to sleep and eat food and see the people in my life that matter.
Of course, yeah.
And then it was also the access to the training element. And that meant being really creative with the connections that I had, and integrating into the community with what we do have here. And so, Catharsis has never been Candace thinks she knows things and wants to teach people. I actually don't want to do that as much as possible. I am a facilitator and a connector.
Gotcha.
And that's kind of my biggest strength, is it's oh my gosh, you want to learn how to do this? I've got a friend. Right?
Yeah.
It's I got a friend. I got you.
I know someone.
All right, I know someone. And we're going to bring them in, and I'm going
Yeah.
to find the money to pay them. So they're being paid for their time, and we're going to bring you in, and we're going to figure out how can we reduce barriers to you getting that access too.
I love that.
And so, not all of our programs are free. We are, we have bills. We have to pay our staff too. I have to be paid too. I have to abide by the same rules when it comes to my team and my staff and the artists that we bring in to mentor as well. But we try very hard to, we have at the studio, we have an hour for hour studio time. So, if you can't afford to rent our space or to take our classes or to participate in the things that we, the podcast studio and the other things that we have, you can literally give an hour of your time for an hour in the space or an hour of class or whatever.
Awesome.
So it's a one-to-one.
That is amazing, to be honest. That's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I had no idea. No, I really didn't know.
I know. The other thing about Catharsis is that we opened in 2019, which was not a long time ago. And we grew, we went so, I thought we was going to start this company in 5 years from then, would be when we might start, being able to pay our bills. Right. And so I was very prepared for that. And literally 2 weeks after I opened my doors, I got a call from a very good friend, Lara Dell. Love you, Lara. And she was she'd been working to get the public access channels back on contracts and things. And she's like, we got the channels, Candace, they need content. And I'm like, girl, I opened my doors 2 weeks ago. You need to calm down. And she's like, I know you have ideas.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, well, I was watching Hell's Kitchen with my niece last week, and I had this idea, like, this would be a really great concept for a show.
Yeah.
But like with musical theater and low-income kids, and at the end they win a giant scholarship.
Nice.
And so 2 weeks after I opened my doors, I got off that phone call, turned around and said, we're making a TV show. And we produced Broadway Bound Live, which was a musical theater competition show that provided free vocals, or free vocal lessons, group dance, and group acting lessons to 12 low-income young adults as they competed through 8 rounds of elimination, and the winner was given a director scholarship to Amber College of the Performing Arts in New York City.
Wow,
and that was
awesome.
my
That's
debut
amazing.
into this industry. Was like, hello, this is what I'm doing. So everything, has kind of fallen in line with that.
I love that.
Training, access, marginalized people, and then the creation of beautiful art.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
I love that. And I just want to thank you personally, because all of that, I did not know all of that. I mean, I knew you did a lot of stuff, but I didn't know exactly. But Debbie Buckner, who I don't even know if she's still alive because I'm 53, but she was my high school. Well, I don't know. I'm 53.
I know.
Oh yeah,
But
I mean,
we're young.
That's
We're
so
young.
I'm like,
no, but she was
like-
my older theater teacher.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
And so I joined the drama club, my freshman year at Sandia High School. And when I graduated in '91, the 4 classes that I had, because at that time you could go take summer school and get your credits out of the way. My 4 classes were all drama.
Yeah.
So I had a musical theater class. Because I don't know. I thought I was gonna be in the next Chicago. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's what I thought I was gonna do, is go to the college. I didn't know I was gonna get married and have babies right away. But I thought I was gonna be
Isn't that
some.
weird how
I
that
thought I was
happens?
gonna be some great big, I don't know, musical theater actress, or I don't know. Those were the dreams that I had at 18. But if it wasn't for her showing me like how to build production sets and how to but the number one thing this older woman in my life taught me, and I came from a strong woman, my grandmother and my mom, she taught me how to know my worth and my value.
Yes.
And
Oh my
that's
gosh.
the one thing I took, and I hope I've passed that on to women in my life, my daughter. But it came from her being such a strong teacher, saying, listen, you might not make what a man in your position makes, because this was back, when I graduated in '91, so late '80s. She's like, but know your value and don't accept less. It doesn't matter what you do. If you want to be in musical theater, know your worth. If you want to be a stay-at-home mom, know your value.
Right.
And so, and my mom had always told us, like, my mom was famous for saying, I put the crown on your head, you just have to straighten it.
Nice.
And so, because, you get down in the dumps, you go through life things, and I would cry or whatever was happening. And she would be like, I gave you the crown, Michelle. Put it on your head and straighten it. And I've always told Tiffany, and now I tell Lainey the same thing, right? Because, but it was from a really strong theater teacher that I learned also how to know my worth and my value. And I've carried that my entire life. From my parents, my grandparents, and then this teacher. There were 2 in my life a 3rd grade teacher I had, Mrs. Bugby, great teacher. You never forget them. 3rd grade teacher, and then my high school drama teacher. So important. So the effect you've had on young people, even if you didn't know, or they will remember it. And so I always think that's so important. But circling back around, because that was so amazing to learn about you. You then have since taken that, affected the community here in Albuquerque, and I'm sure other places, right? So now coming to this event that you're having next weekend, how did you get to that event? Through your media company?
Yeah. So upcoming, we have Frame by Frame, which is our 2nd annual Film Summit and Gala.
Yes.
And it really stemmed from some of the same kind of thoughts, right? Like, I was kind of looking at, because I'd never had a conference before and didn't really feel necessarily the need to. And so, about 2 years ago, just talking with some friends, about what was what would help us? Like, what do I need? Because I kind of got to a place in my career where and I don't know how to say this without sounding super like snobby or something, but like where I felt like I am kind of like at a plateau of where I can grow with the resources we have here.
Gotcha.
And I don't want to say that in like a bad way.
No.
I just feel like, and some of it's because there wasn't a mechanism, not necessarily because there's not people here that have, you know, incredible resumes that could do something with that, but because there wasn't a mechanism for it, and because we also need to, you know, bring in, you know, new people. But it was kind of like me and my friend, you know, Deidre. You know, Deidre's my best friend, Deidre Michelle, and Tina Presley, and we were just kind of talking about like the idea that like we wanted something too, that like when we go to a conference, like instead of us being the people that are the panelists or that are you know, or even going to, you know, an event and having all the same people every single year, you know, that we wanted to go to a conference that we found people that we wanted to glean from too. Nice. And so, you know, that was kind of where the conversation started. And then I called my friend Joshua Friedman, who lives in New York, and I was like, well, we were thinking about doing this conference. And he was like, you know, and I kind of told him the premise, and the idea is that it's for mid-career professionals. So that alone is strategically different than anything else we have. A lot of things are more generalized, but when you're generalized, it's going to have to target kind of the newer people, because otherwise you're going to be speaking at levels they don't understand, right? So when we generalize, unfortunately, that does gear us towards that kind of emerging level instead, especially because the other component that we see is missing is there is a lack of workshops, like small group skills-based workshops. There's just panels, right? And so panels can be really great, but when they're general, again, they need to be open for an audience that has the baseline of, you know, wherever that baseline is, wherever that general knowledge is at. So you have to almost gear them and make them accessible to emerging professionals. And so we didn't want to get rid of, you know, the panels. They're valuable, and they're such a great, you know, thing. Also, it's really hard to have a conference with 200 people in small group workshops if you only have 6 rooms, right? So like, we also need to be aware of the economy of space. But so Frame by Frame was birthed first of all with the idea of, okay, who do we want to connect with, even in our own friend groups, that were like, I want to learn from, and I'll throw out like names like Oscar Rene LaZoya. I got to meet him at an AFMX conference, but like we didn't at that point, we didn't have time to like sit down and for me to pick his brain, or worse, you know, or better, for him to like teach a workshop that would be really something really powerful, right? So so that was kind of how it started, was just literally us having conversations about, well, who do we know that like we know on a professional level, but we also know like would be really somebody we could glean something from, and vice versa. And so Frame by Frame is intentional about bringing in professionals and targeting the instruction towards those mid-career, you know, kind of levels, so that, you know, you have something you can walk away with. And so that's really exciting. We do that in 2 ways. So we do have panels, and that's great, and we can generalize those. For those are great and friendly to anybody. And then we have small group workshops, and I'm talking like 15 people in a room. And that's really exciting, because when you get to sit down with somebody that has, you know, the kind of resumes of people that we get to bring in for this conference, it's kind of ridiculous, and you become like you become friends with them. Like it's not just about like, well, the workshop, you know, maybe, you know, you're going to learn, you know, a director's pitch deck or how to budget with movie magic, but maybe you're like, I don't need to know how to do that. But, you know, maybe you just need to sit in a room with that person. Maybe you need to go hang out with Neil this year and you know, learn about film financing, or
you know, film financing, so valuable. That budgeting, I was going to say, I think would stretch not only like even to us, like with a podcast, and learning how do you budget that, and where do you put your money, and your marketing money, or pay your people, or your lighting people, or like, that's not something, to be honest, I was telling my husband, because I think you took a class, or were you going to teach a film financing class? Did you take one?
Well, I did. So I did get a certification through the MAC for production accounting.
Production accounting,
because I do a lot of line producing, and in indie film, that a lot of times is kind of intermingled with production accounting. And it's not really the same job, but it is when you're in indie film a lot.
Okay.
And so, so you kind of, anything that had to do with money, people just thought that was what my job was.
Right.
Which was really funny to me, but like it's what I do. I do a lot of that because I'm also a business owner, right? So like I do a lot of that. I write grants and I got to do so much reporting for grants and I don't know. But and then the other thing about those particular workshops, and then I'll stop talking about that and talk about the really, really exciting thing about frame by, well, there's two really exciting things about frame by frame, but is also that, the workshops aren't just for our actors. And I don't want to say that lightly, like we must have and support our actors. But my goal is very specifically to provide training for our creatives, for our producers, our directors, our writers, and really elevate what we're doing here in New Mexico. You don't have to be from New Mexico to go to the conference, but of course my heart is here.
Sure.
And so the conference is here, and the majority of the people that go to the conference are from here, and I'm hoping that they're leveling up their game, because we spent a lot of time in New Mexico focusing on bringing in people from Hollywood and places, and that's so important. But equally important, and I would argue like even more important, is cultivating our internal infrastructure for filmmaking. And so so this year is incredibly, I think that's really proven to be really, really true, because we don't have as many productions, and it's really time for us to cultivate our own.
And I was looking up, it's a staggering number of unemployed in this industry right now. I looked it up and it was like 30% or something like that.
Currently, I think it's 31% unemployed.
And to me, that just, in such a beautiful place where lots of things are being filmed.
Right.
But yet, and I don't know how that works. I'm sure you understand that a lot more, but it would seem to me that I thought we were giving out money, and I don't know.
It's a really complicated.
to
so
bring
it's a really
movie
complicated
makers
thing.
here. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's not just a New Mexico thing either.
No,
There are
okay.
definitely things we could do better here.
Sure.
And I believe that we're doing some things that are really good, but it is an industry-wide thing. It is a nationwide thing, and there are a lot of layers. There are some layers that we in New Mexico can have an impact on, and there are some layers that we can't. And so it's, some of it is like the world's changing, and we can't like put our head in the sand and pretend like it's not. And that is why the theme of this year's conference is Pivot, Create, Lead. It is because we are thriving in the changing industry.
So tell us when is it happening, where is it happening, and where can people buy tickets?
And I know we're short on time, but I realize I do have to say two more things about the conference.
No, please.
I just want to know
super
because
excited.
She's like,
I'm trying to get tickets with my phone right now.
Okay, so
I'm trying to get you some tickets.
So you do want to get tickets, but there are two other things that are happening in the conference that are really important.
Okay.
Right.
The first one is the other really big part of this is that it's not just the conference, it continues on afterwards. So we are elevating a writer for every single year. We're taking, so there's a pitch competition, you submit your screenplays, and we take a writer and we work with them from development through post-production to produce their project. We will select a winner at this year's gala to do just that. Last year's winner was Wendy Bustamante and her piece Professionally Morbid. Also Willow Glenn and her feature film as well, which is in development right now. But Wendy's Professionally Morbid was filmed a couple of weeks ago. We're in post-production right now.
Wow.
Nice.
And we give them a $20,000 budget, but it's a $20,000 catharsis budget, which means that we're also all those partnerships and things that we work on all year long, that we really pour into the community. At this point, we're kind of saying, hey guys, support what we're doing here. And we are bringing together, we were able to bring together such an incredible team.
Wow.
So you're getting, like industry standard, industry people coming out to work on these productions. Maleko Grip gave us, they didn't give, but they sponsored the project with gear at a stupid small rate. I know Dark Road Pictures, they donated some gear rentals for this project as well. And all of the different companies that came together is just really, really wonderful. Jasmine Para, who was our key grip, she brought in her grip truck at a discounted rate, and so did Charles Davies, who was our gaffer. He brought in his equipment at a discounted rate. So, like, when we're talking about a $20,000 budget, we're not talking about, like, you know, we really stretched that.
Yeah.
And we did also go over budget. So currently we're at $29,000.
Okay.
I am not promising anybody else that I'm going to spend that kind of money, but and we still have post production, so we'll probably end up being at about $40,000 before this project is over.
And when can they see it? Like, when do you suppose it will be ready?
Well, at this year's gala,
Okay.
We will have a teaser and a talk back.
Nice.
And then we'll
That's
have,
exciting.
you know, we'll go into real post-production after that. We just couldn't, like, plan for a conference and also do post-production, and we want to have a really awesome post-production team as well. So, you know, we're probably looking at a spring or early 2027 release.
Okay.
And so that will be a lot of fun. And we'll have a screening, I don't know where. We'll find
knows?
a place.
We'll find a
Who
place.
knows? I don't know.
I don't know.
But
Michelle knows of a place.
but so that's a really interesting and wonderful thing. So we also award we also award for finished films.
Yeah.
And for somebody whose script is not appropriate for such a small budget, so we give the writers $500 when they win.
Nice.
They get a beautiful trophy, and then of course we produce the piece that's for production
And
consideration.
can anybody submit a script?
Anybody can submit a script. There are parameters around, like, what's going to make sense in a budget. So, you know, we want to think about wardrobe. We want to think about that kind of stuff. But yeah.
Well,
All right.
I'm going to send it. I'm going to email a script.
Yes.
Let's
Yes.
do one. Let's send
Let's
one.
do
And
it.
today is the deadline, y'all.
Oh, no.
So by midnight today,
We have it.
So get her done.
She probably already has it written somewhere.
don't
The
you worry.
other thing that's super fun
Yeah.
is the gala.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are, and I'm sorry, I'm a bougie girl, okay, and I want to play dress up. I'm a fashion girl, you know this.
Yes.
You see me at all the fashion shows.
We have.
I go to every fashion show if I'm available. I am at every fashion
I
show.
love that.
Seeing you.
Yeah.
So I love a party, and I like elegance. So there's a red carpet. You pull up in a black car. If you have, you know, we literally have black car service available, and so you can roll up to the red carpet in a black car. We have a red carpet reception, of course, wonderful signature cocktails this year.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
And it's you know, dress to impress. And so this year's theme is masquerade. I got a beautiful mask that was gifted to me from a very good friend, Corbin Mejia. He went to Italy with his husband and came back, and he brought me back from Italy this beautiful mask, which is what I'll be wearing at the masquerade.
can't wait.
Now I'm finding
Do
a
you have
dress. And this year we have a couple of fashion sponsors, and so Madison Vanderlingen of Mad Vandal
Wow,
Designs
Mad
will be
Van,
there
she's
presenting.
amazing.
She'll do a little fashion showcase, and she'll have some items as well that are able to be rented or for the
bought.
gala. And Jericho
Yes.
is coming out as well.
Nice.
And that clothing line, I am just like blown away by these designers. And we have
Yes.
another one that I haven't confirmed yet. So I think we'll have 3 fashion
I cannot wait.
sponsors
Yeah,
this year.
I'm excited.
I'm excited as
I'm
well.
excited too. They're gonna style the host.
Oh,
and
wow.
me.
Well, I mean, you know, there you are.
But I'm very honored and excited. And then the gala also includes performances from community groups. So Musical Theater Southwest is coming with a number from their Come From Away show that's coming up. Devin Frieder Productions is coming with a number from an upcoming event that they have.
Gotcha.
And then I know Vision Academy is also putting together a wonderful dance number.
Do you do
Nice.
a silent auction?
Oh,
at
yes,
the
we do
gala?
have a silent
Okay, yeah,
auction.
I
Yes,
thought
we
so.
do.
I know. I thought last year there was one,
Yeah.
right? And this year I know there was talks of one.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
excited
and
about that.
There's really 2 ways to play, right? Because there are 2 kind of events simultaneously happening. So there's the film conference, and that's, you know, the workshops and the panels and things. And that is, you know, really geared for filmmakers and film fans,
Sure.
right? And then we have the gala and the silent auction, and that's really for I can't say the word,
Philanthropist?
Yes.
Sure.
And for business owners and for people in the community who don't want to go to a film workshop necessarily.
They just want to wear a
mask.
They
want to
fancy
dress
dress.
up.
Fancy dress.
And I mean,
drink.
we
And
have Gorilla
cocktails.
Photo Group that will be there, and they're bringing a whole slew of photographers. So
can't
when you
wait.
get out of that black car service onto the red carpet, you are like, it is paparazzi.
Nice.
I mean, it is like,
We're
you
gonna
know,
have to talk to Demetrio about this.
yes.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
so
gonna
that's
be great.
that's a little bit about Frame by Frame, and there are many ways to participate. Especially,
Okay.
you know, remember we're Catharsis Media, so when we hold an event, we're also very aware of where we're at in our times. First of all, we want to celebrate the work that we've done
Sure.
and the work that we love. And so we're having a party, guys. Come have a party with me.
Come have a party. We're going to be dressed up.
But I also don't want, because we do need to pay the bills. We got to pay for the speakers that we've brought in. We got to pay for, all of the, there's so many things to pay for. Even though we have had so many things generously donated. Our venues, for example, have been generously donated. We've had, even our speakers are coming out and donating their time. And so we are doing the best that we can to keep the cost as low as possible. We still have to charge a ticket fee.
Sure.
However, if that becomes a barrier, we also have ways that you can volunteer time to come out and to go to the conference for free. And we also have, if you help us promote it on social media, we have a social media challenge that's literally, there's unlimited slots. So all you have to do is, you have to follow the rules on the challenge. So go check it out on our Instagram. But it's basically creating 3 reels, and then you get an all-access pass.
So where do they find you on social media?
Oh,
How
yes.
do they find you?
So let's go with the website, because that's probably easier. So the website is catharsismedia.org/gala.
Okay.
And catharsis is spelled with a K, because I'm weird. I was going to say because I'm kinky. That's weird.
Actually, it's funny.
It's funny.
Yeah, they're going to love this.
But I did misspell catharsis when I started the company. So on purpose, it was intentional.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is where they can find it. And then on Instagram, Frame by Frame. I think it's literally at Frame by Frame.
Okay.
But I have to double check that.
We're so excited.
Follow me at Candace New, and then you can find the other one. And I'm sorry that I don't.
Follow Candace. Follow the Red or Green podcast, and we're gonna take a little break to get ready to bring on our second guest, Demetrio.
Yes, definitely.
With Elegance Limousine.
Woo!
And thank you so much.
He's at the door, so if somebody could go and get
Yes, if somebody could go let him
Amazing.
in here, that'd be great. And yeah, we're going to take a little break, and then we'll be right back with our second guest. Candace, thank you
guys
so
so
much.
much.
No, thank you. You've inspired, educated, done all the things. Community
definitely.
leader for sure.
Thank you
So
so
Thank
much.
you so much for
however
having
we
me.
can help raise money, we'll put links, and we'll also we'll put the
Talk
ticket
about
link
it.
and talk
Yeah.
about
Perfect.
it tonight. Yeah,
as
we're gonna
well.
do a radio show tonight.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's live. It's also called Unfiltered, and so we will make sure to talk about that as well, so that people
And
can.
invite people.
It will invite lots of people.
Invite a lot of
We
people.
know a lot of people.
I know. We're gonna have a party.
We're gonna have a party.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you.
No, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for taking the time and being out here with us.
Neighbors talk, we let it breathe. Come on in, take a seat. Red or green, say it loud.
So welcome. Thank you for joining us on the Red or Green. Let me ask you before we start, are you a red or a green?
Green all day.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. We are too.
We are
well,
too.
we're Christmas.
We're Christmas
We're
sometimes, but
Christmas.
mostly green.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit of who Demetrio is.
So I am the owner and CEO of Elegance Limousines and Black Car Services. We specialize in sedan, SUV, limo, party bus, shuttle service. We do VIP transportation.
Party bus. I heard he had me at party bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought it was VIP, but I mean, hey, party bus will work too.
That's okay.
Yeah, we're gonna need a black car for the red carpet and
We
all
need
that.
it for just to take us on our daily.
Yeah.
We gotta buy groceries. Fuck it. We're gonna be in a
We're
black car
calling you.
service.
Yeah, hey, that's the way to be.
Right?
VIP,
Now let me ask you,
No.
does that come with the service taking the groceries out of the car as well too?
of course. It's all VIP. See, it's the
all
only way to
VIP
be.
service
It's
all
a
the
VIP
way.
service.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're very excited for that.
Yes, definitely.
Exactly.
So let me ask you, what inspired you to get the Elegance Limousine service started here?
I think sometimes we all go through our own journey and not realizing who we meet and how they're going to change our life. I sold insurance for 11 years. I had a client who was an 84-year-old man named Frank. Frank and I became extremely close. When he passed away, I bought 2 of his classic cars from his sister. I was in Old Town with my 55 Mercury Montclair, and I had a gentleman who came up to me talking to me about my car, and he was a chauffeur that he was doing it for the last 30 years. So he was telling me where he's gone, who he's met, what he's done, and I thought, wow, sounds like a fun thing. And I've always been that person that loves to work. I'm just a workaholic, right? I've always been that person that I don't believe in having the mindset of, I wish I could. I'm like, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to figure it out, right?
Yeah.
So I literally started working as a weekend side hustle, started working there. And just a long story short, I was working for the company, and I felt that things that they were doing or not doing, I felt like I could do better. And so it kind of encompassed everything of who I am. I love traveling, I love meeting people, I love sales, I love marketing. And I just thought, why not? So I'm going to start my own company.
Nice.
And so
I love that. So I've seen you everywhere. Like, I have seen your company everywhere, from fashion shows to wedding expos. I mean, you're hustling.
thank you.
You're a hustler. And I appreciate a good hustle. I'm going to let you know that right now, because I think we're always on the hustle.
We are.
To make more money, to get our name out there, to build our brand, build our business, and do well and right by the community. So I am interested to know about celebrities. Like, do you get, because we get a lot, I think, here in Albuquerque. Would you say that? Do they reach out to you? Like, how does that work? Do companies or producers reach out to you to say, hey, we need to rent a car, we're going to be on set for a week? Is that how that works?
So I deal with everyone in the world. I'm super blessed and humbled to have friends and connections.
Okay.
When I say all over the world, I literally mean from other countries, all over the states. And so we have a lot more famous people that come into New Mexico than people realize.
Probably.
Whether it's, the movie industry obviously has gotten huge here. Whether they're shooting, people are here for concerts, people are here for different events. There's weddings here that, celebrities are invited to. There's just a lot of things that most people don't recognize or realize.
No.
But there's a reason why you'll have individuals like, let's say, a celebrity, a millionaire, billionaire, politician.
Sure.
There's a reason why they call us versus
I'm sure.
Uber and Lyft.
Super discreet.
Super discreet, but here's a lot of things people don't think about, right? When it comes to rideshare, the one thing, and this is my background, is most people don't realize that if there was an accident, who's going to pick up the bill? And most people don't realize that the driver, he or she, is a subcontractor. They have a limited amount of insurance.
Okay.
Anything over that amount. So for example, I'll use this as a scenario. We get in $1 million accident and we're like, oh, we got in this rideshare, whatever company it may be, we're covered, right? But that driver, he or she, is a subcontractor. So let's say they have a $250,000 policy.
Right.
So that policy pays out. So you're like, oh, well, I'm going to go ahead and sue the company. Well, the company's like, well, he's a subcontractor, she's a subcontractor. So there's no coverage. So most people don't.
No.
There's a reason why people pay for different services like VIP, right?
Right.
There's a reason why a CEO will take my service versus, say, an Uber. And it's not anything that it's a bad driver, bad company. It's just, there's different elements most people don't realize. And so, there's a difference in the insurance coverage that a car service company carries versus a rideshare.
I didn't know. I didn't know that either. Like, when I take all those lifts, I had no idea.
Right. So in a competitive world, that community or here, how would you say your service stands out?
I think it starts from the beginning, right? I mean, even before a client even gets in my vehicle. I mean, as you had mentioned earlier, you see us all over. People that understand branding, McDonald's, right?
Right.
Not everybody loves McDonald's, but everybody knows who McDonald's is.
Correct.
Right? So it's a matter of everybody feels comfortable with something that they see over and over and over.
Right.
So if they see us, fashion show, wedding expo, football game, concert, whatever it may be, there's a reason why all these different people from all over the city are using us. So it makes people feel comfortable that, maybe I should use them.
Yeah.
Right.
And at the end of the day, my biggest thing is and it's kind of a long story short, but I come from humble backgrounds. And I don't think that no matter how successful I get, I still remember where I come from, right? And I never want people to, or my employees, I should say, I never want anyone in my company to think that we only take care of people or clients that have a certain background, a certain dollar figure in their pocket.
Sure.
So from start to finish, we expect to treat everybody with kindness, respect, dignity, and ultimately the level of kindness that we all deserve.
Right.
I love that.
I know there's a lot of Uber and Lyft, and I'm always scared to call. But I know that I've seen your company all over, and I've seen you in the fashion shows, like she was saying. I think I would rather call you than call Lyft or an Uber.
Well, thank you. That means a lot to me.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of differences. You know, for example, our drivers all have different background checks, medical exams, drug testing, all the things that we constantly do to be in compliance with DOT. And so we take pride in all of our services.
Right. That's good. That's good to know.
So I'm not I don't think I've ever been in a black car anywhere, to be honest with you. Like, I just haven't.
Well, we need to change this.
Well, we are going to change it. But mostly, I think it's because I've been afraid of like you say, the price. I just have always thought, well, it's price. I've never found out, but I've always thought in my mind, because I also come from hardworking parents and stuff, and I just always felt like that was probably not attainable. Like, if I called, it'd be something so expensive that I might as well just pay for an Uber and take my chances. Take my chances with the Craigslist people. No, but I mean, I honestly, that's probably where I come from. So I have seen that you are very affordable. But then, of course, all the add-ons, right?
Sure.
Like the level of insurance, the VIP service. You get what you pay for. And I have, as I became an adult, realized that you get what you pay for every single time.
So I'll tell you what I live by, and this is something that I'm really, really big on, is money is what you spend, experience is what you buy.
You're right.
Wow.
So here's the one thing that I'm really big on. When you look at your life and you think back on it from when you were, say, 16 till now, whatever materials, right? Whatever cars you've had, whatever clothing you've had, there's a good chance that you still don't, that those items don't exist in your life anymore, right?
Probably, yeah.
But you know what still exists in your life today? Is a memory.
It is.
And that memory and that experience that you will forever carry with you. And that's why I have lived by, throughout my whole life of business, because money is what you spend, experience is what you buy. And when you're able to recognize that, yes, to your point, my service may be more expensive than, you know, a rideshare.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, there's a reason why you're willing to go buy, you know, a steak at Vernon's for X amount of dollars versus going to a fast food restaurant, right?
No,
I mean, it's all food.
It is all food.
But at the experience, the atmosphere, the memories, the cleanliness, whatever it may be, those are all the elements that change your evening. They just make it different.
That is a really good thing, because I also live by that with my own company. It's a catering company, and I always try to be, first of all, I always try to get the budget and work within their budget, because I do believe that just because your budget might be lower than the next guy's, I can build around that, right? It's my own company, I can build around that. But it is the experience, and you sell the experience. And so I think that's incredible. I really, really do think that. And speaking of a good experience, it has come to our attention that you'll be launching something far incredible coming up. We're very excited for that.
Yes, because we'll be there.
We will be there, and we would love for you to talk about that too, because you've expanded now outside of just your car service, your VIP service, into something else, and we want you to talk about that.
So I partnered up with Sheehan Winery, and we have now launched our own wine label. Obviously, it's not a norm, right? Most people think, how are you, and I've asked this question, how are you going from limo service to wine? Do you own the wine? Are you making wine? Like, explain this to me, right? And I've had this question a lot lately.
Okay.
We were asking that question.
we were talking about
looking
that
at the
earlier.
bottle.
Sure.
Yeah, we saw the bottle, and I was like,
What's going on here, right? So the biggest thing is I'm all about the experience, right? And so my biggest thing from that standpoint is if I'm now offering my VIP clients a different experience than what they're used to, how many people have, for example, and I'll use this as a segue to what we're doing, but you fly in Albuquerque, you're not from here, you get your car from here to Santa Fe or from here to Albuquerque Hotel. Once you get into the hotel, you're tired, you're ready to lay down, relax, whatever it may be, and there's a bottle of wine with 2 glasses ready for you, right?
Right.
Now I just changed that experience
Yes,
to where you're like,
you
oh
did.
my God, I've never had this.
Yeah.
And so my biggest thing of what we're doing is being able to put us in a position where we're not just driving people to and from, but giving them a evening that they had a good bottle to enjoy.
Wow.
Being able to make somebody feel important, right? Because we all love, no matter who you are, what you do, we all want to be in the limelight. I mean, I had this conversation earlier with a dear friend of mine in Oklahoma. We all, with social media, have changed in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
right?
We have.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we all want to be seen, we all want to be heard, and we all want to feel like we're a part of the crowd.
I love that.
And I want to make sure that my clients feel that they're not just another transaction, but that they're appreciated. And so that's where we
That is
teamed up with
amazing
them
that you even-
to make a
That you're
difference.
thinking like that.
Okay,
It's
so
awesome.
on the wine bottles, because I saw it, it's first of all, the design is beautiful.
Thank
Did you come up with that
I
as
did.
well?
I did.
Wow.
It is
Yeah.
the balloon, the sunset. It's gorgeous.
It's perfect.
Is it not a one-off wine, but is it like just a red? Is it a white? Is it a chard, a cab? Are there going to be multiples?
So the great thing is, right now for the launch party, which is on Saturday from 6 to 8, that is going to be a red blend.
Okay.
Cool. My favorite.
Yeah. However, if I decide that, hey, I want a different wine,
Sure.
I'll work with them to
I
get
love
different
that.
stuff.
I love that.
But that's what we're starting off with initially.
So I'm going to bring you a gift because I do, which is so funny, I do charcuterie.
Okay.
I own Gray's Anatomy. So it's charcuterie, Gray's Tables, and I'm a caterer. But what I do specifically do is have boxes that hang on a wine bottle. And they're mini charcuterie boxes
Oh, how funny.
that I had designed to purposefully put on wine bottles. So I'm going to
wow.
bring you one just to check it
Okay.
out for you, just
Yes.
as a little gift so that you can take a look at that. I think you would enjoy that.
Oh yeah,
They hang right on the wine bottle.
I'll tell you something. Sometimes going back to the hustle, right?
Yeah.
You don't know what people do unless they put themselves out there.
Absolutely.
And so, I didn't know you did that, right?
Yeah.
And so a part of Saturday's event is I ordered some, and I can never say it right, charcuterie boards.
Charcuterie boards?
Charcuterie boards.
Yes.
And so to me, it's the element of, you work with who you like, you
Yeah.
work with,
Absolutely.
certain people. And
Sure.
I literally didn't know who to reach out to.
No, it's okay. Listen, it's okay. I like to go to a good party that I didn't even have to
Oh, you
do
didn't have to
anything
work.
for.
Yeah, sure,
I didn't
sure,
have
sure.
to work. I like to do that. So I was really excited, but when she said it was wine, and I thought, oh, this is fantastic. I'm going to gift you a couple little charcuterie boxes, but they're meant to hang on a wine bottle.
Oh, thank
So
you.
that when I give them to my Parnell Law, and I give them to different corporate people that I cater for as gifts, now I know where to get the wine bottles from because I also cater for them and do a lot of, not just them, do a
Sure.
lot of corporate parties, but I always try to include a little brand, right? We're always
Sure.
on brand. So I'm always trying to gift and think of, okay, should I give little, I do little boards, I do little boxes, I do, different themed boxes, but now thinking about the wine bottle, I definitely know what I'm going to gift you to
Well-
welcome you and be just super excited. I think this is incredible.
Well, thank you. That's very thoughtful and kind, and I
Yeah,
definitely
of
look forward
course.
to working with you on that. You brought up something that I want to just touch base on because it's something I'm really big on. It's something I always tell my employees.
Sure.
So when we think of a company, Elegance, Pepsi, Nike, whoever, right?
Yeah.
Every brand has what we think or we feel are behind their name. You can think of McDonald's, right? Everybody knows McDonald's. You can think of, certain companies and they're great or they're bad. But the one thing that I'm really big on is, and I tell my employees this all the time, when you're out working, and nobody's looking, remember this: what you do or don't do, whether I myself or I'm around or customers around, you as an individual have a brand.
We do.
You have a brand to where I have been so blessed to do so many things within my industry. My brand of who Demetro is not elegance, but who I am as an individual.
Yes.
I put myself in a position where I can get a job anywhere in the country doing what I do, because people see and recognize my hard work.
Right.
And it's something that I always push, my employees to understand that, look, it may not be your forever job today with me, but the reality is someone's always watching, right?
Yes.
Someone's always acknowledging, whether we choose to believe it or not. We all have an opinion of one another. And at the end of the day, when you build that brand as an individual and you carry that into the business, you put so many different doors in front of you that can be opened to so many
I believe that, yes. And you are right. We're constantly building brands, which is why I was so fascinated, because I thought, I had to ask her, I was like, what's the name of the wine? And she told me Elegance. And I thought, of course. Of course it is. I don't know why I didn't think that. I don't know what I thought it was going to be, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
But then I thought, of course, because here you are already super well known for your VIP service, your car service, all of that, yourself as your own brand, right? And then you're moving into this wine where it just is another revenue stream, another level, another to not only build the Elegance name and the family under Elegance, but also you. And I always find that very fascinating, because I think that's how we build ourselves. That's how Red and I are getting ready tonight, in fact, to launch our radio show on the TTTRN network, which we're going to talk a little bit more about. But it is just another extension of our brand.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
That's awesome.
you. It's going to be a live call-in show.
Okay.
You'll have
So
to
you
listen. You can call in. It's unfiltered, so we're able
we
to
get to
be a
talk
little
about
more gritty.
everything.
We talk about it all. There's nothing off limits.
Nope.
So it's going to be fun. We'll have a couple drinks. We'll have a couple drinks, and then we'll talk
We're gonna
about
have to
it.
have a bottle.
We'll have to have a bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be glad to give you a bottle
Yes.
for this.
We'll have to.
Had I
have
known, I would have brought one tonight.
No,
I would have
it's
been like,
okay,
hey, let's
it's
open
okay.
the night up.
Yes, no, we would, and we would have. We had already told
We had
them.
permission to
We
open.
did have permission. Usually they don't do that in this studio, but we did actually get permission in the event that you had come prepared.
Yeah,
Oh well,
Yeah.
you know,
We didn't come. We didn't come prepared with the glass, but we could have shared a bottle.
we could have just sipped from.
See,
the
I was
bottle,
trying to
old
tease
school.
you by like telling you about it, not giving you the bottle. Like,
Yeah,
you know?
Oh my God.
this has been so
Yeah,
interesting.
it has.
What does the future look like for your company? Are you trying to branch out into other things? Have you thought about that? One step at a time, I know, but I know if you're anything like me, like Red, we're always thinking of the next hustle, right? The
Sure.
next thing we want to do. So
Sure.
is it lingerie? Is it, I mean, I don't know. We want to know. Inquiring
Yes.
minds.
Inquiring
please.
minds, where's this going?
Yes.
It's interesting you should say that. One of the things that we currently do now that we're really focusing on heavily, so I do conferences with owners from all over the world. And when I go and meet and network with everybody, we do concierge service worldwide. So when, let's say, for example, and I always joke because everybody from New Mexico goes to Las Vegas, right?
Right.
Like there's other cities, but everyone goes to Las
Yes,
Vegas.
everybody
goes
takes the
there.
conference
It's like
list there.
it's like let me go to 17.
They're like this. They're like, please let our company conference be in Vegas this year. Please let it. I know.
But we can actually book car service anywhere in the world. The furthest I've booked a client is in Dubai. So when it comes to traveling, doesn't matter what you're doing, sedan, SUV, limo, bus, motor coach.
Wow.
I'm able to work with my team to book everything for my client. So it's being able to constantly keep growing to not just be, hey, I'm servicing Albuquerque. Right now, we have our cars physically here in Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and in Las Cruces. Down south, we do a lot of work between Las Cruces and El Paso. So where the company is going, I think as time evolves, it's just constantly getting better. More equipment, newer equipment.
Sure.
Constantly raising the brand to where, like the wine, we're able to partner up with different companies that if you feel that your brand or your company offers a VIP type of service that our clients would like, I'm always open to ideas. I think that's the one thing that I feel is if you're constantly willing to be open-minded, the sky's the limit. You never know what's out there.
I love that.
Now that you say the sky's the limit, I have a question.
Okay.
I know when we first met, it was through Facebook, and I used to see you up early in the morning, 4 a.m., driving either from Albuquerque to Santa Fe, and you've always been that entrepreneur, that hustler, and big in the community. If someone was to come and mention a dream that they had, how would you guide them? How would you tell them about your journey on how to, go about a dream, just starting their own business?
Sure. So the first thing that I tell everybody, and it's something that nobody really thinks about, but it's just the world we live in. So I don't have kids, but as a kid, and all the parents out there, they tell their kids, you can be whoever you want, you can do whatever you want, just believe in yourself.
Right.
But what happens is we're all told that as little kids, and then we become adults, and then what happens? She's cocky, she's conceited, he's this, he's that, right?
Yeah.
So as adults, we tear one another down. But the one thing is, and I'm really big on this, if I don't believe in myself, how do I expect you to believe in me?
Awesome.
So
That's
the
great.
thing that I tell everybody is look in the mirror first.
Yeah.
Look in the mirror first and be honest with yourself. Because at the end of the day, you can BS everybody, but you can't BS yourself.
That's
right.
correct,
That is
yes.
right.
And if
That's
you're
true.
if you're that person that's like, oh, I want to buy a house, okay, well, make it happen.
Yeah.
It's funny because I told my sister one time, she called me and asked me about a trip she wanted to take, and I told her, I said, sis, a dream's only a dream unless you make it a reality.
Yeah.
And I live by that, right? So to anybody who's out there listening, watching, if you really want something bad enough, you'll find a way to do it, right?
Right.
Whether it's
Yeah.
2 jobs,
That is right.
3 jobs,
Right.
everything's about sacrifice. You don't have to come from money. I don't come from money. In
Right.
fact, I didn't even start my business with a bunch of money.
Yeah.
The reality is, for me, I had a vision, I had a plan, and I believed in myself, and I took a leap of faith. So for anyone that wants to start something, just like running, right? Let's say if we said, let's go run a marathon right now. Many people tell me this, oh, I can't even run 2 miles. Yeah, you can. We all can. The first thing is take the first step,
Yeah.
Yes.
followed by the second,
I know.
followed by the third,
Yeah.
followed by
Yes.
the fourth. By the time you know
Very
it,
true.
you've already gone down 2 miles, right?
Yeah.
And you just have to keep going. And so, all the time that you've seen me, up early, working here, working there, doing this show, doing that show, it's knowing that I have to constantly keep putting that next foot forward for that next adventure, that next project, that next whatever. So if you want something bad enough, you'll either make it happen, right?
Right.
Or you will make an excuse.
I was going to say, or you make an excuse and it doesn't
And we all have excuses,
Yes, we
right?
do.
100%.
One of the things that I laugh at all the time is the word busy. I hate the word busy, and I'll tell you why I hate the word busy. There's a difference between somebody who's really, really busy. I'm on this show. I don't have the ability to answer my phone. I don't have the ability to respond to an email. This is busy, right? I'm not physically able to do it. But if I'm sitting here, let's say, for example, at dinner,
Yeah.
hanging out, watching TV,
Yeah.
and someone's like, oh, you should do this. And I'm like, oh, I'm busy. No, I made the decision to not do it.
Right.
And just own it, right?
Right.
And so a lot of times the word busy is thrown around very loosely.
Yeah.
And so I would just feel like if you want to go after it.
I love that.
That
That
is-
is some great. That's some great words to
Yes.
live by. I do
Great
that. I know that
advice.
I'm guilty of that sometimes.
Yeah.
For sure. But so that's really inspiring, especially with new businesses.
Yeah.
And I know what I want. I know. I think.
I do too.
Yeah. So
And
I
we have
think
to work
that
hard.
we just have to work really hard.
And
at
no
it.
excuses.
No excuses. I know with your gym.
Yes.
I know where this is going. Her in the darn gym.
So
Oh, can
I
feel
know
it
I've been
already.
watching you on social media a lot, and you have a very interesting character, Lorenzo.
Okay.
I'm excited to meet Lorenzo.
He's not coming.
He
I'm
was.
just
Oh,
kidding.
wait a
I'm just
minute.
kidding.
I was like,
I'm
I
just kidding.
I
I'm
just
just
seen that
kidding.
he was like, I'm gonna be there.
Yes.
So how did you meet Lorenzo? How did you put Lorenzo into your videos to promote your company?
I'm going to tell you a funny thing on how I live my life, and it's something that this is how I really feel about life and the world we live in, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So let me use this as an example. So if I saw you both at the gym every day and I just stared at you, you both would think I'm a weirdo. You'd be like, why is this guy just staring at me?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
what's
I
wrong
would
with
go
him?
and say, hey,
Right?
hi.
Hi, like, why do you keep staring at
Yeah.
me, right?
Yeah.
But what do we do on social media?
We hide behind words.
We
We
watch.
stare at each other.
Oh, we
Stare.
stare.
And we don't talk.
We
No.
don't. No.
So here's what happens. I don't know you, I don't know you, I add you. I know everything about your life. I don't like your stuff. I don't comment on your stuff.
Right. No
But I know your
interaction.
stuff, right?
Right,
Right.
right.
And that's what everybody does. I'm not like that. So here's the thing for me. When I started my business, I added like tons of people throughout the city and the state.
Okay.
I don't even know them. But the reality is I've made myself in their DMs, hi, how are you? This is who I am. This is what I do. I take the initiative to pick up the phone. Can I get your number? Let me tell you about who I am. Who are you? What do you do?
Yeah.
And the amount of connections I have made by taking a chance to say hi has opened up so many doors. So back to Lorenzo.
Right.
How did I meet Lorenzo? I didn't know him. I thought he was super funny. I'm building my business down south. And I sent him a private DM.
Nice.
Sent him a DM. He responded. We started talking. We had great conversations about various business ideas, topics, life. I said, hey, I'm going to be in town. I'd love to meet. Would you be interested, to talk business? We did. And we've become really good friends.
Nice.
He's coming down to this event specifically because I asked him to. And he's just an incredible, grateful, thoughtful, kind soul that truly believes in being good. He's a genuinely good soul.
Nice.
But it's really, honestly, a lot of the connections I have is not because I met somebody through somebody. It's because I literally added him, took a leap of faith and said hi. The funny thing about life, though, right, is in that scenario with the world that we live in anymore is you say hi to somebody, oh, he likes me. No, actually, I don't like you. I just believe in business.
Yeah, right.
And every time a guy says hi doesn't mean he's interested. Every
No,
time
no,
a girl
no.
says hi doesn't mean she's
Sure,
interested,
of course
right?
not. Yeah.
But that's the world that we have come to, whereas we are keyboard warriors.
Right.
We hide behind a phone or a computer.
screen.
Oh, we know.
We do this,
Yeah.
but we don't do this.
Right.
And at
So
the end of the day,
that's good that you're keeping that connection
I like that,
going.
yeah.
I know, because nowadays you don't see that often.
No.
You just do the social media and yeah, we're friends on social media and that's it. But you're actually reaching out to them.
I do all the time.
That's good.
And the thing about it for me here is, and this is why, right? It goes back to what I said. If I watched your life constantly and I felt like I knew you, it's a little weird for me that I know so much about somebody, but I don't know them,
right.
right?
Yeah.
And I mean, think about it. We do that with celebrities
Right.
because they're famous.
Correct.
But when there's somebody
won't
who
do
lives
it.
down the street, somebody who works down the street,
Right.
I can say, hi, how are you? That to me, if I was walking into the grocery store and I saw you and I said hi, you would say hi back,
Yeah.
hopefully, right?
Yes.
As a decent human being,
Yes.
hi, that's it.
Right.
But we have become a society where people are afraid of engaging in the simplistic, basic interactions of, just life. I mean, you go to a restaurant, you watch people on their phones the entire night, right? They're sitting there with somebody and they don't talk.
Correct.
But I get it. We all live a fast-paced life of whatever it is.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, being able to just acknowledge people. I mean, I literally, if I were to pull up my call log in a day, I mean, it's insane how many people I talk to in a day.
Yeah.
And it's because I don't need, and it's not because I answer the phones. First of all, I don't even answer my phones for for the business. I have
Right.
employees that handle that. They're amazing. I don't deal with that. But the amount of people that I'm calling to network, people that are calling me, people that I'm, trying to reach and connect for whatever the topic may be. And that's what's honestly made a difference in my life. So earlier you said you know everybody. I do know everybody. But the one aspect is when I first moved here, I didn't know anybody.
Right.
And I used to think coming from a small town in Colorado, people, it just was weird for me because people knew each other here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how in
Albuquerque's
the
kinda small
world
that
do
way.
people in the city know each other? I mean, I grew up in a small town with 12,000 people. Everybody knew everybody, but it's small, right? Like,
Yeah,
I get it.
right, of course.
I come here to 900,000. I'm thinking, how does this person know that person? But when you put yourself out there and you say hi to people, you just tend to know a lot of people, and
lot
that's
of
what's
people.
that's
I
what's
love
changed
that.
my life is just being able to be different, right?
That is true.
I love that so
So
much.
is the wine, is it going to be available to purchase outside of the winery, or?
It is. So the great thing is because obviously the winery has a license, and they're going to be the ones that, you know, distribute it, whether it's a restaurant, whether it's an individual wanting to walk in and buy a case or a bottle or whatever, anywhere that we're able to get in front of that wants to buy our wine, it'll be in that location.
Cool.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah, that is amazing.
I love that.
Yeah.
I do. I'm so looking.
We're gonna have to buy
forward.
a bottle and gift it,
Yeah.
so people could.
I
Have
think it's going to be
experience.
great. As a matter of fact, I'm going to talk to Richard and see if we can carry it at the Lobo,
Awesome.
because we carry lots of wines, but I'm really big on local,
Me
like
too.
100%. I mean, we get
have to stay
different
community, right?
things. But we definitely want to stay community and be local. So I can't wait. I really can't wait to share that with him when he gets back
Yes,
from out of town.
definitely.
Yeah,
So we can't wait to see you and support you.
of course.
Yeah, this coming
thank you.
Saturday, be there, cheer you on, and anything you need from us. I know we're still small, but we're growing.
We
we're
are
here
growing.
we're here to help in any way that we can.
I'll tell you something, never think about or say, right? When I first started my business and people were like, this is the understanding of where I was, understanding of where I wanted to go. But when I started off with a car, it was like, oh, cute, you have a car, oh, you have a business. That was the energy, right?
Sure.
But I never presented my company, we're small. Never say you're small, because words matter, right?
Yeah, they
So,
do.
so
They
for
do.
me, it's never talking about how you have a little radio station, a little TV show.
That's
You guys
true.
are big.
We are.
I mean, look at it. That's amazing. That's, you know, a great logo. Two great individuals that are, you know,
Thank
putting this
you.
together.
Yeah.
We are
And,
growing.
We are.
and the reality is you put yourself as big as you want to be. And as long as I've known both of you guys have been super amazing on so many different levels.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That
that's really great.
Yes.
present yourself like you're a corporate entity that's been around for 20 years. Because the reality is one day, 5 years from now, you're going to have that following. You're going to
Yes, we
have
will.
We
the
will.
viewers,
We will,
right?
definitely.
Yeah,
And
definitely
so always
yes.
present yourself that way, because I believe in you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for taking the time. I know you are super busy.
I do.
Yeah, I know you don't like using that word, but
No.
I know.
but
But
we
but there's
see
a
you.
difference in the word busy, right? Like
Yeah.
when you say busy, there's I'm really busy because I'm doing stuff,
Yes.
Yeah.
or I'm busy. I felt like not doing something because I
Right.
didn't want
No,
to
no,
do
no,
it.
definitely,
That's
yeah.
the difference.
We
And that's why.
appreciate your
Yeah,
time.
but we see you. I see you on social
Sure.
media, and I see you everywhere. So I know you are a busy person. But thank you for taking the time and being here
Yeah.
with us and telling us about the wine.
Absolutely, we
And we
appreciate
can't
it.
wait to be out there and
Can't.
taste
I
and
know.
support and
Yeah, we'll do live tastings on. Yeah, it's just going to be fun.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I want to make sure that everybody's aware of, and even you, because I'm always big on making something different and not just, you know, hey, come 6 to 8, it's a wine tasting, you know, our wine release party, I should say. I'm really big on doing things that will enhance the experience. So I have went and worked with Q Bar at Hotel Albuquerque.
Yes.
And from 8 o'clock after the winery,
Okay.
everyone is welcome to then head over to Hotel Albuquerque and dance, drink, enjoy the night, and not feel like
cool.
I had a glass of wine and no, I'm going home. Like
So
make
the
it a
party
fun Saturday.
continues.
The
Yes.
after party.
The after party is
The
exactly.
after party.
Yeah. You can
We
you
love a
can
good
have a
after.
glass
You
of wine
can't
and
have
just
a
go
glass
home.
of wine and go home. I
No,
mean,
no,
There's no
you
reason
gotta
to.
like
That's
gotta
when
make
the
it fun.
energy hits. And that's
And
when we want to dance.
there's a big energy. There's a big group
Yes.
of people that I've invited. So it's not going to be 15 people just heading over. It's a pretty large number.
I love
Cool.
that. I
Yeah,
love
so
that. Well, I look
if
forward
you're not
to
there
it.
to have fun and dance, then I don't know where you're at on Saturday.
I don't know where you're going to be,
No,
right?
we'll be at the queue.
I know where we'll be.
Yes. Yes, we will.
You didn't got to tell Michelle twice.
Right?
Yeah, so thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you.
Yes.
And we are going to end our podcast on that because honestly, other than, and the Truck Fest.
Yes,
you want to
Truck
talk about
Fest
that
on the
really fast?
25th. Yeah, so social media, I know it's big on social media. We have about 500 trucks already confirmed coming into Albuquerque. So
Unbelievable.
super excited about Truck Fest and definitely the grand opening of your restaurant.
Yeah, my
Catering.
little pop-up.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a grab and go. It's in Nob Hill. I love it. We
got to be there to support.
Right.
Our Michelle.
When I started out as a chef, I had no idea that I would. I thought I was just going to get my degree and for myself. I got it for myself because that's what I wanted. But then it's turned into so much more, and it's allowed me opportunities as well to donate, to give back to the community, to reach a lot of people, and through food, right? Through food organizations, and to help the peanut butter and jelly group, and lots of different things I'm a part of that I really enjoy doing. And that's what it's about, right? That's really what fulfills me and makes me happy. So the Summerfest is happening. The Lavender, I want to touch on the Lavender Festival. We said it already. It's the one that's managed by Dean and Lena with Blue River Production, and it's presented by, I want to get this right, the Rio Grande Community Farm in Los Ranchos. So I definitely want to give them a shout out because that's going to be amazing. Anytime you can mix lavender and wine, food, butter, bath bubbles. Hello, holler at your girl. Bath bubbles.
Yes.
Drinking bubbles and bath bubbles go together so well. So it's going to be a great next 2 weeks before we film again. So we'll have a lot to talk about, a lot of photos, a lot of video, hopefully.
Pictures from the wine.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to edit it and not edit it.
At the Q.
At the Q
Just
bar.
don't catch us kind of tipsy.
It's okay if we are. We're fine. We don't care. Yes, we don't care. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
We'll see you.
Bye.
Let it breathe.